Right, there we go. Good evening. Welcome, ladies and gents. Here we are. It's Tuesday night. Welcome to Logistical Nightmare Racing. And we're coming to you from Misano tonight with the awesome GT4s. I hope you enjoyed that very cool video. I did. I dig those little films. So yeah, good looking weather, nice looking field of cars. 16, we had 17 or 18 in practice just now. So I think everybody's still going to catch up. And so let's see what transpires for this evening. As I say, we're coming to you live from Misano. It's the GT4 championship tonight. And it's a pretty packed field of Porsches, as you can see. 7 of them, actually. Only 2 BMWs, 2 Mercedes, 2 Astons, an Alpine, and a couple of Chevs. So a good big mix and match of manufacturers. Unfortunately, no KTMs. I'm not sure what else is out there as far as GT4s go, but anyway. Currently watching Mr. Pullen, Desmond Pullen, for our newly signed up member PWSR, and he's out in one of the Cayman GT4s. And how's it to everyone on the YouTubes? Jeez, everyone was like ready and let's get rocking and rolling early on. I kind of try and synchronize getting the video to run when the service starts, and I had to bounce the soundtrack twice for the waiting video because Sean was talking a little bit on the in the driver's briefing. But anyway, here we are. Paul Fenter, how's it? Ant, how's it, buddy? Tintin Quarantino. You got to say that carefully. Dom Cross, glad to have you back. Hardest, how are you, my man? JJ, there you go. Cool. So we're all live. We're all ready. Don't forget to click on the thumbs up, like the button, please. Logistical Nightmare Racing, it's not one of the main players, but it is a league nonetheless, and any subscriptions and likes will certainly assist in helping to expose the channel and the league itself. So come on, guys. Right, just gonna have a quick look here at oh, I thought so. I've got the wrong track map up as well. I'm gonna just take you to the statics shortly. Just give me 2 secs here and we'll be live. Right, let's see what's happening as far as times go. We're currently under free practice. There will be a 10-minute official quali, which will kick off at just on 10 to 9. So strict timelines. They're just out there getting a feeler for what's happening with the cars, and then we'll fire off with the official quali. Temp at the moment 35 degrees with an ambient of 27. So that's certainly going to have an effect on their handling. Got to get the correct pressures, got to have the vents set properly, etc, etc. Yeah, Hardest, I agree. The GT4, it's a different car to drive completely from our monsters GT3 cars. And to be honest, similar to my reasoning behind no longer racing in AC, I only drive in ACC personally. I just find anything else kind of messes your timing up, it messes your rhythm up, it messes everything up. So I'm kind of just sticking with ACC, and I hardly drive any of these other classes. And also, why I thought I'd like to help the league out, and I'd rather do the streaming for the GT4s because I actually don't enjoy them as much. Even though they're a little bit easier, they're a bit more passive to drive. It's just not my cup of tea. But we do tend to see some good races coming out of this little series. So let's see what transpires here this evening. Give me 2 secs. I'm going to just try and prep something while we wait for this to kick off. Also, I've done some work on the microphone stuff and the audio and a whole lot of filters to try and get the audio quality as clear as possible. Doesn't matter what screen I look at. I've essentially got 4 in front of me. And you want to hear me, doesn't matter which one I look at. So... that should work. Let's have a look. Yep, alright, there we go. Fix that. So this is the track layout for this evening. It's the full version of Misano. Track runs clockwise, longish straight, and you've got a very fast right, left, right chicane to handle as you come through the Variante del Parco. That's the exit of the pits, the little thin line you can see at the bottom of the screen. Then Curva del Rio, a double right-hander, very tricky corner. And then to get that onto the long back straight, going up to Curva Quesia. Then you come around the corner to Tramonto. It's also a double right-hander. And then the long back straight, going through 3 right-hand curves, which compound on each other until you get to the hairpin, Curva del Carro. And that comes then back towards the start-finish straight into Curva Misano. I recall reading somewhere that this track was designed to run anti-clockwise, and they just it was originally for MotoGP, and then whatever happened, and they decided to run it the other way, and this is how it is now. So I don't know how true that is, but I'll try and find more about that at a later stage. Right, almost out of free practice time. We're 9 minutes to, so we should be kicking into official quali shortly. Yeah, Hudis, I got you, man. I mean, we were racing, you know, the entire series there last season, and I've just slowly but surely packed it up and walked away from it all, and, you know, I'm just done with that league, to be honest. Right, my man, Mr. Dos Santos, look who's fastest at the moment. It's my very own teammate, Chris Dos Santos, who's currently in the pits. He's got an awesome GT4 BMW with some funky Works BMW Simracing livery there, and I really enjoyed the look of that. Wilfred Robson currently second quickest, half a second down in another one of the Caymans, and Wade Robson just pops I'm sorry, that's Ron van Jaarsveld who just went quicker now in the Porsche and bumped everybody down by a couple. So there we go. We've also got our UK counterparts here tonight, the family, Lee and Niall Bullion, and that's also father and son team that races here. Kalen Mawa, he's in the pits in his black Camaro. Hey Kalen, also a big streamer, and he's live on Pace, live on YouTube here and there and everywhere. And then here's the man, Paul Fenter. You can't see it, but he's in the Banana Junior. It's the bright yellow Camaro. And Paul's definitely going to be going millies this evening, as he puts it. Anthony Wilson, other good friend, up in 11th in a Porsche. And the one and only Ethan Rutter in the Alpine. So that should be interesting. Right, time's up. They got 10 minutes. They can't mess around. There's the Alpine as it drops off the jacks. And we'll have to see how Ethan does with that. But pretty much everyone's hauling and they're on their way out the pits. So let's go and see. Neil Krenning in the Aston Martin GT4, and it's the that looked like an Audi up ahead, so that could be Charles Steyn. It is. So Charles Steyn out on the track first. Right behind him is the yellow Camaro of Paul Venter. There it is, and then the Aston Martin of Neil Krenning. So those are the first three that have got the jump out of the pit lane and will be putting up the first times when they get round in 2 laps time. I agree, man. It's a solid little league, and I think in time more and more people will actually join and it'll grow. So just share the love for Sean Buck and the LNR guys, Logistical Nightmare Racing. Huge, strong teams as well that race in a lot of the other leagues. So it's good to come and give some love back to the boys. Here's the long back straight, and it's super long. I mean, in this camera view, you can see. I think it's 1.2 clicks, but that camera view does foreshorten the view. Then these tricky right-handers. We'll go to the helicam. Now he's into the hairpin is Charles Steyn. Tricky little left, and then the last left as they head onto the start-finish line to start the first of the official quali laps. Here's the pit lane on the right hand side. As you can see, there's no one in the pit lane. Here's the first of the little chicane, the right, left, right. Very tricky. Don't charge in there too much. Got to control your speed, get good exit speed, then hammer it through this right hander and then down to the double right hander. You're in the first sector of the track. This is a tricky corner. You just turn and turn and turn and turn, and then you got to flick it the other way. And then if you carry too much speed, you go too far out there, and then the lap is you're out of bounds, and the lap doesn't count. This a long left-hander with a very late apex. Got to turn it in, get on the gas early, and then carry that momentum out. Then you head towards the double right-hander onto the long back straight. Tricky corner because you've got to brake halfway through that corner, and then the big hairpin here. Charles missing a little bit of the apex there, but here he comes down the straight, and you can see Paul Venter's right behind him in the big Camaro. Flat through these two little right-handers, flat, then on the brakes. Get the car to settle down. Don't run too wide. Oh, that was super close. We'll see if that lap is going to count or not when he comes round. Keeps it on the apex through the hairpin. Flicks it to the right. Now comes back to the left with this little kink. And then the last corner onto the start-finish line. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, and the Camaro gets a bit of a tank slapper there. And Paul's got to slow down there. So 1:45.3, and Paul Venter, even with the tank slapper, was a tad quicker, and now it's Van Jaarsveld, a 1:44.3, who brings it into third. So now we got to get busy with the cameras and try and track these people. Here's a really quick man. This is Ryan Barrington Smith in his Porsche, and he goes over the line straight into pole, a 1:43.1. So that's going to be the target as far as everyone on this in this race is concerned tonight. Niall Billion, he goes through in third. So Porsches at the moment 1, 2, 3 and 5. Waiting for the BMW of Dos Santos. He's still down in 17th. He should be quick. Oh, he has gone through. He was late at the pit, so he's currently on his quick lap. I expect Chris to bump into the top 5. I'm going to sit inboard with him. Helmet view. The sound of this car is incredible. Turn that engine up a little bit. Here he comes to the line, Chris DeSantis. Works BMW M4 GT4. Over the line he goes, and he goes typical. Nowhere. He stays 18th. He's obviously he's done and out of bounds. So he decided to show his teammate a toffee and give me the run around. So we're going to go elsewhere. Lee Bouillon, here he comes, and he's almost 7/10 up on this lap, so he's going to... Oh, was that a bit long? Might have been wide there. 11th, let's see where he goes. He does, he goes up to 5th. So good lap by Lee. Who else is on a quickie? Everyone. Here's Desmond Pullen. Desmond, our new teammate for PWSR Delta team. And... Desmond currently almost half a second up on his Delta in the little Porsche Cayman. Hope this BMW doesn't get in his way. Desmond's very close here. I think he might have to try and pull an overtaking move. He's going to get a huge draft down the back straight. Oh, and the BM falls off the track out the way. That didn't help Desmond though, because he's thrown all their time away. Gary van der Haar, here he is in one of the Sol Mercedes-Benz AMG GT4s, and Mr. Snailian, as he's known, 6/10 up at the moment, so currently in 13th, 2.8 off the time. This is going to bump him up to 6th or 7th if he can get this to the line. Oh, he goes even quicker. He's now 7/10. He's carrying a huge amount of pace right now. Let's see where Gary comes. Right, onto start finish line. 14th to 6th. No way. He also went out of bounds somewhere. Jeez, I hate it when they do that. Right, Desmond, he's close. No, he's just started a lap, so he's in 11th. Okay. Ryan Barrington at the moment in pole, a 1:42.6, and there's the man himself, Sean Buck. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, the Camaro does make an awesome sound. 16th place, we do have Johannes van der Merwe. He's in the Sol Janetta, which makes quite a nice sound for this little car. 3.2 seconds off the pace at the moment. Nice little 6-cylinder in here, I think. Hardest, I'll kind of go out on a limb here talking about the Chev GT3. There is one. It's commonly known as a Corvette, and it is possibly or probably going to make an appearance if ACC in fact produce a US track pack or its next upgrade. We have seen we've seen in the trailers a glimpse of COTA, the Circuit of Americas. So there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there saying that the next release, similar to how they did with the British track pack, is going to be an American track pack. COTA is going to be part of that, and the GT3, the Corvette has been homologated for GT3 racing. So that's probably going to be the next available car. or new car that comes into the series. Indeed, Kalen Mawa definitely on the move. He bumps into the pit lane. Chris DeSantis up on a lap. He is in 5th at the moment. He's 2/10 up here in the little BMW M4. I mean GT4. Yeah, I agree. And right there, Chris decides to do that again. So that's him out of it, and that's qualifying done and dusted for him. Neil Krenning is still out. Final turn. He hammers through there with the Aston. He's up. He's going to go from 8th to 8th. He doesn't go anywhere. He was up. It didn't count. Ryan Barrington Smith into the pits, and that's it. That's time. Kyle van den Berg, here he is at the back in a Porsche. He hasn't joined actually. There's another BMW like Chris, and this man is out. Currently last, hasn't done a time yet. Probably new to the league. Nkosi Nati Kwanazi. Lekker. Glad to have you here, sir, and good to see you. Oh no, that's a little bit too far, so that puts paid to that, and that's qualifying done and dusted. So top 3, it's Barrington Smith, Niall Bullion, Kalen Mawa, Ruan van Jaarsveld, and Chris DeSantis. That rounds out to top 5. And we're going to just wait a minute or two for the server to kick into race format, and we'll be up and going. Right, 2 minutes to go. Let's get this all set properly. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the DTMs, you do have a point because they're also GT3 cars. I'm just not sure if they will, if they'll do something there. But I think obviously they're trying to increase the real estate as far as the tracks go. Not a lot of people like the British tracks, but you know, there's a market for everything. And besides Australia, America also has a very big GT contingency. So, and there's a number of tracks there that can fall part of that track pack if they do that. We got Laguna Seca already. COTA or Circuit of Americas will be awesomeness. And then, you know, there could be a couple of others. Indeed, Sean, that was a tongue twister, but I got it out. Nkwanazi. Right, we're counting down. We're at a minute. We'll have engines go live at 30 seconds, and then the guys will be hitting the warm-up lap. Just a reminder, you're watching Logistical Nightmare Racing here tonight. Live from Misano. It's the GT4 championship. It runs staggered with our GT3 championship, so every second week is GT4s. And yeah, listen, make no mistake, the field is growing steadily. We were in the 14s, the 12s and 14s, then up to 17. We're up to 22 cars, so that's a great sign for Sean and the team at Logistical Nightmare Racing. LNR. Also, don't forget to click on the like button, please, guys, and subscribe. It'll help to keep you up to date when we go live with all our future races and events. There we go. Cars are rolling. I tell you what, these Porsches look dainty when you then see the big Camaro from the front. Sure. It's just... And Kalen's like just giving it horns, but it's pure American, you know what I mean? Look at it. There's nothing svelte about that. It's just pure horsepower. It's the American version of the Bentley. At Neil, you should. At Neil, says Hardest. Come and race, man. It's not as stressed, Eric, as some of the other leagues. It's a very social league, good fun. And you know what? It's just to get out there and have some fun. I was in one of the races at the beginning of the season. I think I was lapped 3 times. We raced in some silly little Porsche which had no downforce. It was insane to actually drive, but it was good fun. I was at the back. JJ, are you good up there? JJ McClure. He's my man up in Johannesburg. If any of you wonder if that sounds familiar, I can heartily recommend that you go and take out or download or get somehow on one of the film archive systems the original Cannonball Run, the movie with Burt Reynolds in it, Sammy Davis Jr. and a whole bunch of other maniacs in the race from New York to California. And JJ McClure is the character that is Burt Reynolds, and they go with Dom DeLuise and they race across America in an ambulance with Farrah Fawcett Majors in the back of the ambulance and a doctor, a vet. It's an awesome movie, and that's JJ. Right, last 2 corners. We're about ready to go, so hang on to your lunch, Bill. We're going to follow Kaylen Mauer from the helicopter. Kaylen in that big black Camaro. He's a little bit ahead of 3rd place Porsche, let me tell you what. Guys better get in order here. Look at the size of it in comparison. Okay, we're ready, steady. Where we go. Got a couple of cars in the pits, which I don't understand. Might be drive backs from the back. Oh, there's Desmond Pullen also in the pits for some other reason. And Anthony Wilson. Through the first chicane, looks all clean. Oh, there is a car around at the back that looks like it's the Janetta. I do believe it is the Janetta for Cavernalis. Oh, there's 2 Janettas here. Alright, I'm not sure who that was, but it's happened. Into Sector 1, they all go. Good, clean start for the top 10. And that Porsche is all over Mawa right now. He did jump 3rd place, so he's in 3rd, but that 3rd place Porsche is doing a send up the inside. Camara's good on the brakes, and they're all concertina into that long left-hander. That is, let me confirm that. It's Niall Bullion. He is in 2nd. Anthony Wilson got a drive-through and the start-finish line, so I'm not too sure what's going on there, but anyway. The screen needs to sort itself out. What is going on? Right, Barrington, here he is. For Berry's Racing, very apt name. And he's dropping the hammer and he's going. Little red and black Cayman, GT4, closely followed by Niall Bullion. And then it's Kaylen Mauer in the GT4 Camaro. And he's now got Chris DeSantis, who's in fact gone past Rowan van Jaarsveld. So Chris brings the BM up into 4th. There he is. So good start for him. First lap done and dusted, and we're away in the 60-minute race. There is a compulsory pit stop. Pit window will open 20 minutes into the race, and it'll close 20 minutes before the end of the race. So tight little window, and people need to work out their strategies very carefully based on that information. And it's a compulsory tire change, I think. Yes. Right, we're going back to Rowan van Jaarsveld. He is pushing Chris DeSantis. He's not happy for dropping position back, and he's trying to drive back and take that position. Runs a little bit deep under braking there. gets a good drive, gets a very good drive, but so does Chris. They head down into Sector 2, into the long back straight section, the double right-hander here. And we'll sit on board in the little Porsche. A little bit of a gap between him and Cabernalis in the Ginetta just behind him. That gap's extending out to 7/10 now. Little tricky section, then hard braking to get around this tight right-hander. Kind of flat out through that little kink. And then a dab on the brakes and a few gear shifts down onto the main start-finish straight. Throw some corn. Corsa millies. Let's go and see where the big yellow car is. He's in 13th at the moment. Is Paul. Here he is. Listen to this for an engine. I'll just keep quiet a bit. Paul's used to the sound as he normally drives. Oh, he's trying to do a send up the inside of Lee Bouillon's Porsche. That was close. That was almost full committing. But he's got a drive on him. As I was saying, he's used to these big V8 motors as he runs the big Bentley. Lee just hanging it out to dry there, and Ethan Rutter also does a send up the inside. A little bit of contact. And the replay's working awesomely. We can just take back. Look there, bang. Currently looking at Ethan Rutter. We're going to go on board with him. And he's looking ahead. You'll see now the big Camaro go up the inside. Lee Bouillon stays out on the right in the Porsche. Ethan goes, wait, I'm going with you. A little bit of a tap there. Not much from in cockpit, but there was one. And onwards they go. So... pass done and dusted. Lee drops 2 positions. There we are. We're back live. Right, Barrington. Now Bouillon trying to show some severe interest here. The Porsche's closing in on Berries. That gap now down half a second. It was bigger than that just now. Kalen Mawa hanging in back there. He's 2.7 seconds back. And then DeSantis another second behind him. But Chris DeSantis still getting a lot of stress from Ruan van Jaarsveld here in the black and grey Porsche Cayman. Yeah, there we go. No, that can't be a flat 6. What car is that, JJ? Is that the Ginetta or the BM? Oh, that Porsche takes a total different line through there and is very quick. Alright, going down to the back of the grid, we had our man Desmond Pullen start from the pit lane. Here he is. And he's got a long drive back, but he isn't lost. He's out on the track and rolling. We've got Hilton Nicholson, who's stone last at the moment. Hilton, I know, has been having some force feedback drama with the G920. I spent a couple of hours going through some various settings, and apparently it's still causing drama, so can't help you further there, but hopefully you can still get a decent race in. The Alpine, whatever you want to call it. Cool. Right, sorry, wrong car. Gary van der Haar, here he is in the big black Mercedes. And he's now attacking Lee Bouillon. This gap 2/10 at the moment as they come over the line. Closest on track at the moment. Just a little bit further back, Johannes van der Merwe, he's there in the Ginetta in 18th. And very close to the back of Charles Schneer. Kyle van den Berg just behind Gary van der Haar. Here you can see also in the silver Cayman, and he's super close. In fact, very, very close. Kyle's got a huge drive on this this Mercedes-Benz. Nicholson into the pits, unfortunately, so clearly he's still having some issues, hardware issues. It's a little too early to be pitting now. Van den Berg all over the back and doing a send into the hairpin. Up the inside of the big Mercedes he goes, and that's a position change. He goes past Gary. Good clean passing. Good respect being shown by all the drivers. Oh, that Mercedes wanting to return the favor. Can't really do much to there, Gary, but we'll see if Kyle can put a bit of daylight between him and the Mercedes of Gary. Interesting. So the Jeanette is a flat 6. I would have thought it's a V, but anyway. Yeah, it's a 6-cylinder. Right, Kale pulling on, and there goes a lap. Jumping up ahead. Let's go and look at Charles Cavernalis. Here we go. And he is showing interest on the back of Van Jaarsveld's Porsche. Right, penalties, what I can tell you, car number 21, which is Mr. Nicholson, he's got a 15-second penalty, as you can see on the screen, down in 21st place. He had avoidable contact in turn 1, so he was the instigator that turned the one Janetta around that we saw in the background. No further action on a car 42. Avoidable contact, that's car number 2. That's Charles Schnee gets a 5-second penalty for tapping Chris DeSantis' BMW, I think. Car number 101. No, that wasn't Chris DeSantis. That was Van den Berg's Porsche. And there we go. No further action for 2 and 67. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Right, so updates, we've got them and we know why we have penalties. Right, going back to Mr. Young, if I can get my camera to catch up. Dave Young in 9th place, here he is. And he is all over the back of Krening's Aston Martin. So, Dave Young for Bullet Racing. It's another movie that I'd recommend you watch. Bullet. .48 minutes done, so they've been going for 12 minutes already. We have Barrington Smith eking out a little bit of a lead on Niall Billion. 3 more tenths added to that gap, and they in turn have dropped Kalen Mawa in the big Chev by 4.5 seconds. Chris DeSantis having a lonely 4th behind him, with Van Jaarsveld rounding out your top 5. But Cavernalis in the Janetta within half a second off the back of Van Jaarsveld. So I'll watch that delta. It's the same gap as what we're seeing here with the Mercedes on the Aston Martin. Oh, Aston running very deep in that final right-hander. Gran gathering it all up and bringing it across to take his normal line through that last right-hander. Just ahead of them, we've got Mr. Pierre Duprier, who's in a good-looking Camaro. This grey with red highlights. Watching the deltas, if anything closes in anywhere, so Just stick with me. And yeah, hardest he is. I think Chris is he's kind of sold on his Houston Felts. In my opinion, it's potato, but he says he's got a little bit more travel, and the rubbers and all the rest and the springs that came with them seem to be a little bit more to his liking. I don't know what he's doing with the other ones. He's got a pair of CSPs, and I'm not sure if he's going to be flogging them or if he's keeping them as backups. Don't know. But yeah, we all wait in anticipation for his report on all of the pedals. 12th place, Mr. Wilfred Robson. Here he is, and he is looking at the back of Paul Fenter's big flying banana. Wilfred Robson in the red and yellow Porsche Cayman, racing for Deadman Racing, DMR. And you can hear in the background the wailing of the Audi R8. That's Charles Stein. Still running with a 10. Right, field's kind of static at the moment. It's all settling down here with 45 minutes to go. Pit window opens in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Although I doubt we'll see anybody in. I don't think there's been any major contact that the cars are requiring repairs. None of the cars look like they've had a bit of contact or a lot of contact. Paul Fenter super close on the back of Charles Stein's Audi now. I mean, that's also the 2022 NASCAR as far as I understand this Camaro shape. Ford are now racing with the Mustang officially, and Toyota with a very tricked out what is it that the Camaro getting a little bit sideways. Almost spins it through the hairpin. So Paul having to gather that big animal up. I can't tell you now what the Toyota's running, but I watched it on Sunday, the Daytona 500. You can see Paul going his line through the corner. The car's set up very loosely. He's driving this car with his right foot more than the steering wheel. And make no mistake, Paul is super quick like that. But like this, he's just showing off for us. So we'll stick with him and let him put the show on. Massive drive down this mid-straight. He's going to ease it up the inside of the Audi and goes past Stein. And that puts him up into 10th place. Definitely going millies now. He's got his brake bias a little bit on rearward, and that's helping the car to slide rotate, but it might be a little too loose maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he's making up positions. There in the background, look there. The Porsches, that's Lee Bouillon. Let's go back to him and Kale. Oh my word, they side by side as they hammer down the back straight. Lee just closes the door. Van den Berg has to fall in line behind him. Now they brake for the sharp right-hander. Then hammer it a little bit more, and then, oh wow, that was almost a rear end there by Van den Berg. Got to be patient. These are not overtaking positions. Sure, boys are looking racy. And we got a Dyson for 14th place. Bullion and Vandenberg just up ahead. Venter's gone past Stein. And Krening 7/10 with Dupree. Camry. It is a Camry. That's the word I'm sure I was thinking of. Toyota. I mean, it's not... Oh, look at this Porsche. It's not a Supra. I thought they might be putting a modified version of the Supra, but it's not. It's just a really big, but not bad looking Camry. Yes, indeed. Lee, as I mentioned, father of the Bullion family. Niall is his youngster, up in second place, chasing. Wow, look at that. Look how close he is to Ryan. So that gap was out at 9/10 just now. Let's go and have a look. Sure. So Niall putting on the pressure. Barry's either managing this or is struggling right now. And this is similar to myself and Kieran. Father and son team, that race. I think Niall and Kieran are similar age. And I think Lee is in his early 50s. I'm a bit older than him. But he's doing super. Ryan Barrington Smith doing well here to hold back Niall. And I think there's going to be a position change here very shortly. Pit window opens in 15 seconds. And we're going to go to helmet view. We're on board now with Niall Bullion looking ahead. And Ryan Barrington Smith purely must have made a mistake somewhere, because Niall is like right here. There we go, window open, bottom right hand corner. So they can pit now for the next 20 minutes. We should see everybody peel in between 35 and 30 minutes left. So in 5 minutes time onwards. Ryan Barrington Smith, a very quick driver, and he is getting put under all sorts of pressure here by Niall Bullion. We'll keep our eye on this Delta. In fact, we'll stay here at the moment. Pullen, Desmond in 19th, busy driving back. Let's go and have a look. And he has in fact just gone past the BMW of Charles Schneer. There he is, who's now trying to come back past him. Yeah, that was, oh, and now we got more. Yeah, he's outbraked himself, and Desmond does a send back up the inside. So these guys chopping and changing. Good clean racing going on here. Jeez. And the BMW peels in. So that leaves Desmond out on his own on his drive back from the pit lane. Not too sure why he's in the pit lane again. He had this problem the other day. Something wrong somewhere with his setup, but we'll find out. Ethan Rutter. Ethan, we haven't seen much of him in the Alpine, and now right on the tail of Wilfred Robson. There it is, a little Alpine, Renault, whatever you want to call it. I was chatting in the Discord channel saying it's a little unfortunate we don't see anybody out in one of the little KTMs. It's quite a funky little car actually, and it goes quite well. And I can't believe it's actually going to be that slow that it can't be in this field, but Nobody's got it. Right, so Schneer still in the pits, dropping down 2 laps now in total. Let's go back up to Niall Bullion. Oh, look at this! Wow! Ryan running very wide, and Niall's got a huge drive. Niall going defensive up the inside as they go down this mid-back straight. Niall flicking it out and going into the normal braking zone. He's going to try and brake and go around the outside. Barrington Smith knows what he has to do and where he's got to position that car. Niall tries a cutback. He's in the draft, so if he can get a good pull out the next double right-hander and they go down the back straight, he might have him as they come into the end of the long back straight. He puts his foot down. He tries to get a good drive. He is close. Is he close enough? I like that, Sean. And I've driven the KTM and I know it's a good fun little car to drive, so oh no, leaves the braking pressure a little bit less than what Barrington Smith does and runs a little wide. Not too much drama. Anyone in the pits yet? Anyone? No. They're going to go through. These guys having a huge amount of fun out there. Awesome to see. I will give you some details while they battle. This is actually where Barrington Smith got almost hijacked. Niall's quick through here. Here he comes again. Barrington Smith nails his braking point. That's it. All good. Okay, last laps. Ryan Barrington Smith, a 1:44.4, his best, a 43.0. So for defending, he's 1.3 seconds off the pace. Now, last lap of 44.5, his quickest, a 43.2. Not as quick, but clearly more consistent than Barrington Smith just ahead of him. Kalen Mawa in third place, his quickest, a 44.6. So all three of them 44.4, 44.5, 44.6. Dos Santos 44.5. Ruan van Jaarsveld in fifth, a 44.7. So they're all even Stevens out there. Just 1 or 2 tenths quicker, and that's track position. Kyle Vandenberg. These guys are all going at each other still. Ethan Rutter, Kyle Vandenberg just behind him, and they're looking at Wilfred Robson just up ahead. So, with Lee Bullion, the old man at the back. This is a four-way dice for 12th place between 3 Porsches and the lone Alpine. Look at all the different lines these guys are taking. Right, people are heading to the pits. They are. The first 2 go in, the other 2 don't. So Wilfred and Rutter into the pits. Then they got to climb on their brakes so as to not speed in the pit lane. And there we go, pit lane lights up. 4 cars in. Van Jaarsveld the quickest of the bunch from 8th place. So some of the guys going to look to try and do undercuts here. Oh, that Porsche, he got a big tank slapper there, and that's allowed Bullion. Lee's right there. Lee doesn't go for it. And Lee showing a huge amount of pressure there. He's got to commit and just keep on going. Leave your braking, Lee. Leave your braking. Block pass. Does he? Does he? No. Van Bullion closes the door, comes across. Respectful driving by both gents. Nice and clean stuff. Right. Big, long right-hander onto the back straight now. Vandenberg not looking very settled in the silver Porsche. It's very, it's looking very unstable. Oh, there we go. Speeding in the pit lane. Stop go for Mr. Fenter. He gooit millies a little bit too hard. Didn't slow the big Camaro down in time, and that's a waste for his race. Right, I'm going up ahead to Nal Bouillon. They're in amongst traffic, as you can see. So Paul Fenter, there's the yellow Camaro. He's just come out the pits and now realizes he's got to go and do that all over again. Brakes early to let the leaders go through. So we've got Wilfred Robson just ahead, and Ryan Barrington runs very wide through that corner, and it allows Niall to close up again. Right, let's see what happens. Down the back straight they come. Right, we've got some stop-goes being, or penalties being cleared. Stain into the pits. Right, Wilfred goes a little bit wide around that corner. Oh, Niall has to go right around the outside, makes the pass happen. And on they go. He's dropped a little bit off the back of Barrington Smith. So that's first and second, passing or lapping 16th place, Wilfred Robson. Right, Fenter comes back into the pits in the big Camaro, so he's trying to get it over and done with as quickly as possible. There's a little bit of a trick coming into the pit lane, because you've got to slow the car down for the pit lane speed limiter, and he obviously ran through there too far. Let's go back to Lee. Still on the attack here on the back of Vandenberg, and they both come into the pits. So we watch them there, watch them go in. Now he's slowed down too early. The pit lane limiter is up here, there. So you've got to hammer around the final corner, then speed up to that line, and that's where you've got to slow down to 60. And I think he slowed down a ways too early. But they're in the pits. Just ignore the garbage and rubbish, as usual. Sorry about that. It's these ridiculous bots. There's nothing we can do about it. Our YouTube admin needs to actually get online to delete it, but just be intelligent. Don't click on it, don't respond to it. It's not going to do anything. Right, leaders at 28 minutes going through. That's that BMW. I think that is Charles Schneer's BMW, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. Is it Nicholson? It's not. It's the other blue one. Oh, sorry, it's Mkwanazi in 15th place. Yes, there he is. Good man. So he's doing well, having started somewhere at the back. And Corsinati slowly but surely making his way up the field, keeping out of everyone's drama. Having a whole lot of fun out there, I might add. It looks like his brake pedal's sticking a bit, but onwards and upwards. Thank you, Sean. Good man. Right, DeSantis in the pits, Martimi from 4th place. So Young inherits 4th, he continues. And Cavernalis also in pits with the Janetta. So there we go, pretty much on a 50-50 pit strat or race strat. Those guys. So it's essentially, and hopefully, Corsinati knows he's got a pit. He moves over nicely and lets another guy go past. You see his brake lights flashing, but hopefully he has read the rules. I haven't seen him on the group chats, so he's probably a new chap and he's probably just a little shy. So Give the man a warm welcome and make him feel at home. He does need to pit, and hopefully he knows he needs to pit. Oh, he does. There we go. He's peeling in now. Good man. Right, go. Hammer it. And then slow down there. Pit limiter on. I do hope you've got your pit limiter on, sir. And Cavernalis gets a drive-through penalty, and that is not for speeding in the pit lane. Oh no. Cosinati went through his pit stop, but he stopped. He's there. Bullion's in. Mawa's in. Here we go. Big black Camaro of Mawa pulls in. Bullion pulls in. Barrington Smith rolls on. Cavernalis getting a drive-through. That's for one too many off-track excursions. So 4 of those, and you get issued a drive-through penalty. That's bad luck for him. Lee Bullion also down in the pits in 21st. And let's go Neil Bullion. There he is. He's rolling. Right, he goes out. You got this whole... You can't release the pit limiter there. That's also trick, and that catches people out. You've got to drive this whole length all the way down here, and you'll see the pit exit line board. Just here where the Porsche is now. There it is. Now you can release the pit limiter. So Niles exiting. He's clear. Ryan Barrington around the hairpin. So let's see. Barrington Smith comes in this lap, and if he does, that's the distance. He is coming in. So here we go. This is now the dice for first place. Oh, that BMW's stopped way too early, and Ryan almost flies into the back of him. That was Hilton Nicholson, I think. Yes, it was. He's in the pits there. So he slowed down way too much. In fact, he came to a standstill, and Barrington Smith had to do some avoiding action. So that's going to have hurt his pit entry a little bit, let me tell you. So let's watch. Here's Niall. He's going now into the second sector, the long back straight. I think we're in for a dice here, ladies and gents, with 24, just under 25 minutes to go. Thanks to everybody on the YouTubes. Thanks for joining us, and hope you're enjoying the coverage. I am belting out 13 megs per second, so feel free to up your quality. I'm also running epic video settings, so everything should look gorgeous. Shadows, grass blades, the lot. Here he comes now. Where's Ryan? He's rolling. So Niall's now got to negotiate the right, left, right chicane. We're going to go to camera and see where he comes out. You'll see the Porsche Barrington Smith on the right hand side of the screen. I've just heard his revs pick up as he comes out of the pit lane. He's gone. He's ahead. So Niall comes out behind him. So even with that drama, Barrington Smith's here in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen now. There he is. So, well pitted. He probably netted at least a second on Niall Bullion. So, onwards they carry for their dice. 17th place, let's go and look at Gary van der Haar. And he's in the Mercedes, and he's closing in on the Ginetta van der Merwe. Awesome, Sean. Good stuff. I'm glad that the quality and everything's good, man. Yeah, even on the YouTube, you can click on the little gear, and you can go and bump that quality up to 1440p 60 maximum high resolution. It should look as good as if you were watching it in real time. Right, Van der Haar still there, 1.1 seconds off the back of the Ginetta. So closest at the moment is Grening's Aston Martin. We're going to pop up to him in 6th. So Neil Grening looking for Van Jaarsveld's Porsche just up ahead of him. Here they come towards us now. This car, the Aston Martin GT4, sounds just like its big sister, the the GT3. The engine tone is almost identical. That's Hilton Nicholson just ahead of them in the BMW in 19th. So Lee Bouillon hasn't come back out the pits, unfortunately. That's sad. I think he's retired the car. Aston goes up the inside of the BMW of Nicholson. Gran closing in slowly on Van Jaarsveld. This is now the second stage of this race, so it's about who got their tyre pressures and temps correct, etc, etc. Paul Venter down in 15th place after having to serve a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. So he's still out there, but a long ways down. We'll see if Niall Bouillon can close in on Ryan Barrington-Smith. The gap at the moment, 1.2 seconds, where he was literally 0.3 or 0.4 just now. It was a lot closer before the pit stop. "20 minutes and counting." The pit window is going to be closing in 15 seconds, but everybody on that timing screen has in fact pitted. So all the requirements are done for this race. It's now dashed to the line for the last 20 minutes. Hey JJ, yeah, all good, man. Yeah, we don't see much of the GT4s on a lot of the leagues, although a lot of the leagues do run them, international leagues. But Sean is actively promoting the GT4 series here at LNR. I think it's the only SA league possibly that runs the GT4s. So cars look a little different, but it still provides some awesome racing, as you can see. And the drivers, I'm sure, are having a ball up there. Right, Neil Krenning certainly closing in on Van Jaarsveld now. Further back, Van der Haar, Van der Merwe, the Ginetta, the Mercedes, and the Chev of Venter. Let's go and have a look back here. Oh, here we go. So Paul Venter better look, watch his mirrors. He's got the Ginetta Van der Merwe right there, and the Mercedes of Gary Van der Haar right behind him. So this for position, 15th, 16th, and 17th place. 9th, Dave Young in his Mercedes for Bullet Racing, looking at Staines Audi, and he's closed right up here. Dave Young, seriously, he's all over the back of Charles Staines Audi, and he's looking already into T1. Oh, it's not the place to overtake. Got to come through here, tiptoe, don't carry too much speed. Now hammer it to run down to the double right-hander. And he's just trying to distract Charles Stein. This Mercedes has an awesome sound as well. I do like the V8s. I like all the cars, I must say. I'm a car fan. I've always been a car fan, but this is just super special to be able to drive them like this and hear them and watch them. What an amazing game. Oh, the Mercedes is close. Let's watch from helmet view. Flat out through these double right-handers now. Then a hard braking point. Is he going to outbrake the Audi? No, he brakes at the same point. Now they flow through down to the hairpin. Audi sends it into the apex. Mercedes does a late apex. Complete different lines and does close back in on the back of the Audi. Final turn. Don't drift too wide. Another lap done and dusted. 16 and a half minutes to go. Oh, Barrington Smith now putting the hammer down. He's 2.4 seconds out from Niall Bullion. I think he's given up. 22 seconds, the pair of them are up the road from Kalen Mawe in the big Camaro. Oh, Fenta. Fenta, going millies. Drive through. Look where he is. Let's go back 30 seconds. We'll see it happen. And we'll go to Helicam, because he's just not going to make the turn in, is he? It's going to hammer the first two right-handers, then the car's going to slide and swing out to the left, and he's going to run out of bounds, and that's going to give him the drive-through. Here it comes. Look, he's drifting, and he's out, and that's the end of that. Commentator's curse. I don't think so. That's all your fault. Paul's trying to win diesel it around here. Shame, man. Sorry, Paul. Here he comes through the pits. Cameraman, thank you. Flash your lights if you can hear us. I think this class, Paul just enjoys himself out there, to be honest. You can see it. He just enjoys throwing the muscle car around. I think he's actually attempting to drift it some places. But anyway. Let's put pay to his challenge. Right. Oh, let's go to Mr. Young in 9th place. Again, all over the back of Mr. Stein's Audi. They're side by side over the start-finish line. Oh, Audi closes the door. It's like, forget, that's my line. Oh, here we go, here we go. Down to the double right-hander they come. Oh, Cavernalis gets a drive-through in his Janetta. Audi runs a little wide, but he's on the line there, actually. Nicholson's BMW just up ahead. Look at this, look at this. Here we go, the Mercedes sending up the inside. The Audi didn't close the door this time. He's just got to brake and put the Mercedes. Here we go. Pass done for Mr. Young. And Stein goes backwards to 9th place. Oh, Neil Krenning, let's go quickly here. Look here. It's Van Jaarsveld in the Porsche. Oh, the Aston is handfuls through that fast right-hander, but manages to control it. But the Porsche looks just so much nimbler through there. And then not far back, Dupree in his Camaro in 7th place. There he is. Tell you what, this Porsche is becoming a little bit of a problem for Neil Krenning. Right now, Van Jaarsveld looks the quicker out of the two cars. And he's seriously harassing this Aston Martin. This is not a complete full three-way dice going on for 5th, 6th and 7th place. Stein now. Let's go back to Charles Stein looking at Dave Young. Just as close. Half a second back. I thought he was doing a reverse move to take the position back, but he's just falling off the back a little bit. Oh, the Mercedes runs deep there. Dave gonna have to be careful. He might be carrying one or two off-track excursions, possibly a penalty or two. And on this track it's easy to get off tracks because the end of this back straight, as you've seen, they run very wide there. Also the entry onto the start finish line if you run too wide on the final corner, so does need to be aware. We might see one or two more drive-throughs in the next 11 minutes. Let's go back to 6th place. Ruan van Jaarsveld right there looking at the back of Grenning's Aston. Stefan Wessels, how's it? Yep, sorry about that, man. Obviously our YouTube thumbnail hadn't been updated in time for this evening's race. It's still from last race where we raced at Hungaroring. Good dicing all the way up and down the field. Venter done in 18th. He's looking to attack Charles Schneer's BMW. More going millies. And Venter sanding it up the inside as they come onto the long back straight. He's now side by side. He pulls back in behind the BMW to get a bit of a drag. Let's see if he can control it at the end of this. This is where he gets a bit of a tank slap and then runs wide here. Right, brakes a bit earlier this time. Follows through and down to the hairpin. Nice livery on that BMW. Metallic black and maroon. And here comes Paul Venter. He's looking. Oh, the BM got a bad line through there. Sean gets a good line. He's going to be able to attack coming down here. Definitely he's up the inside. Oh, it just doesn't get enough drive. The BMW has a good bit of pace. A little bit wide through there. And Paul's got to be patient. He can't just do a send because that'll be full on contact. Now he's got a good drive heading down towards the big left-hander. BMW runs a defensive line. Right, we sub 10 minutes. Oh, the BMs run deep. Paul goes up the inside. Charles Schneer outbraked himself a little bit there and he falls in line behind the Camaro. Position changed. Now has a look coming back into the long right-hander. Paul leaves the door wide open. Now they're going to have a drag all the way up this long back straight. It's BMW power versus Camaro. Straight 6 versus V8. Gee, look at the BMW go. BM's got the inside. Paul's out there, gets another drive off-track excursion. He's just having fun, that's for sure. So him and Charles Schneer having some good overtakes and some passing maneuvers. It's going to have a look at Van Jaarsveld in 6th place. Aha. Yeah, Stefan, we don't mention that other word that begins with I. It's not allowed here, I'm sorry. We have this ongoing joke at work with all the IT guys because we're all on Android type devices, and then marketing walk in with their I devices going, well, why doesn't my Wi-Fi work, or why doesn't this work? And you know, you can't tell them it's because it's an I device, but it is. It just doesn't work. I'm not a fan of the I program or the I game. There we go. Right, 7.5 minutes left. Barrington Smith now has checked out. I think Bullion's given up. either that or the car's hurt, but he is 4.3 seconds off that dice where they were within a second earlier. But he's going to settle for second. Kalen Mawa doing well in the big Chev, and he's in third place, 26 seconds down the road. I'm just looking here, this Porsche van Jaarsveld is right here now. He's seriously bugging Groening. Back into the overall results, De Santos also lonesome, 10 seconds further back in his BMW. And then this dice. Groening puts a foot out of order somewhere. Van Jaarsveld's got him, and that's going to be for P5. Good hard racing going on here, definitely. Sean, I don't know where I stand with this car and this company, to be honest, but we'll see. I've seen some of them on the drag strips on YouTube's. Jeez, they're quick. I mean, all electric cars are quick if it's built properly and it's got the right motor in it. And right, here we go. There's drama now. There's traffic involved. Groening trying to get a draft. The BM, that's Charles Schneer. He's braking late. The Porsche goes around the outside. Now they've got the big Camaro who's indicating them to go right. Van Jaarsveld now trying to get into the toe on the back of Groening. The Camaro hangs out there. The hazards are on. Oh, did Van Jaarsveld get a good enough drive? He hasn't. That Aston's also quick in a straight line. Yo, look at them behind. Fenta and Charles Schneer having huge fun in the Camaro and the BMW. This, however, for position, so I'm sticking with these guys, and those guys can't get involved in this dice, to be honest. 4 minutes 40 seconds. It's pretty much 3 laps from here for Van Jaarsveld to make the position, make the pass stick. And Neil Groening seems to have got a gap on the Porsche. th place. Ethan Rutte in the Alpine, looking at Wilfred Robson's Porsche now. These two still super close, and this for 10th and 11th. Yeah, this little Alpine showing a good turn of speed as well. Completely underpowered and unbalanced against the Cayman Porsche, but holding its own out there and doing well. Just under 3 minutes left. Wilfred Robson having to deal with all that pressure right now. He's watching his mirrors as much as he's looking ahead. No change anywhere else on the timing screen, so we're going to stick here for now. Ethan Rutter super close now. He's got all the chance in the world to do a send up the inside, and the Porsche closes the door. Porsche takes a different line through there. Oh, he runs out wide. Ethan goes right up the inside of him. Wow, what a pass. We're definitely going to watch that on replay. We'll go back 10 seconds here and go to the helicam. Oh, the Porsche took it. That early sharp line into the first right-hander pushed him out on the second one. And that's done with just on under 2 minutes to go. Ethan Rutter bumps into 10th place in the Alpine. Great overtake happening there. Oh, Wilfred doing a late break. He's almost up the inside of the Alpine onto the long back straight. Gee whiz, that was almost into the back of the blue car. He's had to back out of that, and Ethan was probably going, here it comes. Flat out through the fast right-hander. The Porsche showing good speed. I think the Alpine's got it more in the handling part of the track, which is the first sector after the start-finish line. These guys are, they're getting round. It's going to be one more lap, more or less. We'll come back here. Let's go and see where Mr. Barrington Smith is. Here he is. He's just getting onto the long back straight. 52 seconds from here. He will get round. It is going to be one more lap. He's not lifting, so he's driving all the time. And I think he's going to go around for one more lap. Let's just confirm. 20 seconds from definitely. So last lap now. Leaders on the final lap. Ethan Rutter. Let's go back there. There we go. Through the windy section, and he's pulled a bit of a gap on the Porsche. Wilfred's still there. If he can outbrake him and nail it. Porsche has great brakes, as we can see. Right, foot flat. It's a drag. Look at the Porsche. Almost right in the toe. In fact, very much right in the toe. And going up the inside. What a send there. Now hard on the brakes. Let's go and look. Is he going to stop it in time? He runs wide. The Alpine's now on the inside. Can the Porsche stop? He can't. Wilfred's gone far too deep. Carried too much pace. It was a good attempt to come back there. Oh, that was awesome. Ethan Rutter managed to keep his head. He braked where he needed to and brought the Alpine round on the hairpin. And they come over the line. I'm sure that's it. Or is it one more for them? It's one more for them. It is. Because Barrington's still out there. So Barrington round the hairpin. So here comes the end of the race. We'll jump back to them because they've got a whole lap to go. But let's watch the leader and the race winner come over the line. Ryan Barrington Smith, 34 laps. Pole position, great effort, and there he goes, flashing lights. Niall Bullion, he put him under a lot of pressure earlier on. Niall comes over for second, and that's a good result. And then we wait for Kalen Mauer, who's still on the long back straight. So there won't be any more changes between these guys' positions. So I'm going to just drop back down to Ethan Rutter. Wilfred definitely wanting to try and come back at him. Here they come. Wilfred late braking again onto the long back straight. So Wilfred's going to have another go at this. I don't know if he's close enough, but let's see. Geez, that Porsche had huge legs. He was well in the draft. Now he's right there again. The Alpine's got to close the door. Hard on the brakes. Oh, the Alpine's wide. Now the Porsche's on the inside. Can Ethan get it in? Oh, Ethan's very wide. They're side by side as they come through the last two corners. Wilfred's going around the outside. Oh, Ethan, you gave that away, sir. Yow. There we go. Position change. Wilfred Robson takes 10th. Huge result there. Good dicing by both drivers, but Ethan was just wide all the way around there. Gee whiz. Everyone doing donuts, as you can see, and that that is that as far as that race goes. Gee whiz. That was there was some good dicing by all drivers shown. Good clean racing. And that's it. Tuesday night, done and dusted. GT4s. Guys put on a great show. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining me on the YouTube channel. Sean Buck, you were there. Stefan, thanks, buddy. JJ, hardest Boyser, Gran to have you. There was somebody else. I don't know if they're still there or not. Neil Pretorius, he was also there. But thank you very much. That's it. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say thanks and have a good night and goodbye from me. I'll be back with you in about 2 weeks' time. Cheers, everyone.